I finally broke my first £100,000 in saving, and it's incredibly underwhelming. I've spent a few days thinking about this, and I think there are several reasons why I feel like this. Firstly, the Retirement Living Standards website says as a couple, you need £62,000 a year for a comfortable retirement, which means at best, I've got 2 years of retirement saved after 17 years of constant work. And the question I keep coming back to is it worth it? The second reason I think it's so underwhelming is every single other financial content creator says everything changes at £100,000, and it's just not true. I still need to work, I still need to contribute aggressively to reach my target, and it still doesn't feel like it's enough. And third, this has been my journey to £100,000 over the last 17 years. It's full of ups and downs, sacrifices, and more mistakes than I care to mention. I want to retire when I reach 60, ideally with a retirement pot of 1.5 million. That's only 22 years until I reach 60, but I want to 15x what's taken me 17 years to achieve, and it just doesn't feel feasible. I appreciate it's not going to be linear, but it feels like a huge mountain to climb. And the final reason I think it's underwhelming is that 80% of my savings is in my retirement pot, which means I can't touch it for another 20 odd years, which isn't in itself a bad thing. It just doesn't materially change my life now. This is a snapshot of my portfolio today. I've got 12,000 in my LISA, which I don't currently contribute to, just under 16,000 in my current workplace pension, just over 62,000 in my SIP, just over 26,000 in my stocks and shares ISA, which gives me a grand total of 117,000. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm very proud I've reached £100,000. It's taken a huge amount of effort to get here, and I know it puts me ahead of a lot of people. But the truth is, it still feels like I have a monumental climb ahead of me to reach what feels like a comfortable retirement. So enough of the negatives. One thing breaking £100,000 has done for me, it's acted as a natural reflection point over the last 17 years to get me to this point. It's been really interesting looking back over the journey and how my perception of money has changed over my life. In my 20s, I really viewed money as a tool. It was how I survived. It got me on the housing ladder. I enjoyed life, maybe a little too much at some points. It was sort of more day to day. Then in my early 30s, I think the financial mistakes got bigger. Lifestyle inflation crept in. I treated myself to a car upgrade, which I really didn't need. I tried to buy investment property, which unfortunately failed and cost me thousands. I liquidated my stocks and shares ISA to try and buy that property whilst it was down. And these three mistakes alone account for about £25,000 of lost money in my life. And that's not even to mention the opportunity cost about £25,000. If I just left it where it was or kept it in my ISA, I could be significantly further ahead than I am now. And now my salary, to me, is purely a tax liability and a means to an end. How can I reduce my tax bill as much as possible? And how can I utilize my salary to enable me to retire as soon as possible? But what reviewing all this has done for me is I've uncovered what I perceive as a predicament most people experience in one form or another throughout life. I want to retire early, I want to enjoy life, I want to go traveling, but I want to do it without the pressure of having to rush back to a 9-to-5 job. And I assume we're all in the same boat here. So the question is, how do you balance life? How do you balance your money? How do you get that measure right of enjoying life now or saving for the future? And I think the biggest challenge here is we've all been on different journeys and we've all got different aspirations and goals and understand how much is enough. And off the back of that, it really got me thinking. I found a new appreciation of the impact on all purchases, big or small, and just how you do them. Perfect example from my life. I bought this Blu-ray set of the Avengers movies back in 2012 for £40. And I've recently just sold it on eBay as part of a bundle for £5. And had I invested that £40 in a stocks and shares ISA, it'd be worth £400 to me in retirement. And I think that's how my perception of money is changing. I no longer look at expenses as in, oh, that costs £50 or that costs £100. I look at it, what it cost me in retirement. For where I am now, about every £100 spent takes away £300 from my retirement. And depending on how far away from retirement you are, that number obviously varies, but it really makes me think more about what I'm purchasing and what I'm spending my money on. I understand the premise behind everything changes when you break £100,000. And most people say this is because the interest will start to accelerate more than the capital you can put in. Obviously, subjectively true based on your savings rate. I'm doing about a 50-50 split now of capital and interest, which is really nice. The numbers do fundamentally change when you hit £100,000. But as a nervous investor, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or bad thing. Markets can drop sort of 20 to 30%, and then suddenly I'm back under 100,000 and we're working our way back up. And that alone in isolation doesn't help me sleep at night. However, this chart does. If I was to stop investing today and just let my £100,000 sit there for 22 years, and we assume an average of 7% return, it would take me to just under 450,000 by the time I hit 60. And that does help me sleep a lot better at night. And I certainly have no intention of stopping my investments at this stage. I'm trying to reframe it in my mind. It's not the £100,000 I've built. What I've built is I've built habits and an engine that's going to drive my retirement until I stop working. And that engine, even if for whatever reason I have to stop contributing, I know will be working away whilst I sleep. I've learned 100k isn't the destination, it's merely a start to something much bigger. But one thing it has shown me is what felt like huge mistakes at the time or cost me in earlier life get normalized to a degree over time. And time is your biggest asset, but no one knows how much they have. My advice, save for the future now, but not so aggressively you sacrifice today. No amount of money or financial freedom can buy you more time and the enjoyment of life. With that, what advice would you give your younger self to make yourself more financially savvy? Drop it in the comments below. And if you've made it this far, huge thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you for giving me your time. And have an awesome day, whatever you're up to.